8 dog food brands you should look closer at, and 2 safer ones. Your dog can't read the bag, so they trust you to do it. And the pet food aisle is built on big friendly words: premium, natural, wholesome. Pictures of grilled chicken and fresh vegetables that don't always match what's actually in the kibble. Today we're flipping over 8 popular dog foods to look closer at the ingredient panel and the guaranteed analysis, and finishing with 2 safer picks. I'm not here to scare you about your dog's dinner. I'm here to teach you to read the bag the way your vet would. Here's what we look closer at. 1. The protein source. Is it a named meat like chicken or lamb, or a vague meat byproduct or animal meal? Named is better. Vague means you don't actually know what's in there. 2. Fillers and the first few ingredients. Corn, wheat, and soy aren't evil, but if cheap grains dominate the top of the list, your meat food is mostly grain. 3. Artificial colors and the AFCO statement. Dyes are purely for the human shopper, and the AFCO line tells you whether the food is actually complete and balanced. Let's look closer. Number 1. The budget meat byproduct kibbles. Many of the cheapest grocery and dollar store brands. The tell is meat byproduct meal or animal byproduct near the top, with corn and wheat filling out the list, plus artificial colors to make brown kibble look like red meat and orange vegetables. Look closer. Those dyes are for you, not your dog. Number 2. Brands leading with corn, wheat, or ground yellow corn as the first ingredient. Ingredients are listed by weight, so first means most. A food whose number 1 ingredient is corn is, mostly, a corn food with meat flavor. Some dogs do fine on it, but verify that you know what you're actually buying. Number 3. Foods packed with artificial colors. Red 40, yellow 5, blue 2. Dogs are largely colorblind and do not care what their food looks like. Those dyes exist solely to influence the person at the shelf. Looking closer at the color additives is one of the fastest ways to gauge how much a brand is marketing to you versus feeding your dog. Number 4. Natural and wholesome labeled foods with long additive lists. Natural is a loosely used word on pet food. A bag can shout natural on the front and still carry byproducts, fillers, and a long chemical preservative list on the back. Look closer and let the panel, not the adjective, decide. Number 5. Foods preserved with BHA, BHT, or ethoxyquin. These are chemical preservatives some brands still use to extend shelf life. Plenty of foods now use natural preservatives like mixed tocopherols, vitamin E instead. If avoiding the synthetic ones matters to you, that's a back panel check worth doing. Number 6. Grain-free foods bought for the wrong reason. Grain-free became a trend, but the FDA has investigated a possible link between certain grain-free diets, often heavy in peas, lentils, and legumes, and a heart condition called DCM in dogs. The science isn't settled and grain-free isn't banned or proven dangerous, but it's an open question. So look closer. Don't go grain-free by default unless your vet specifically advised it for your dog. Number 7. Brands with a notable recall history. Recalls happen across the industry, even to big names, usually for salmonella, mold toxins, or incorrect nutrient levels. One recall doesn't condemn a brand, but a pattern is worth knowing. It's reasonable to look up your brand's recall history once. It's public, and it's a 5-minute check that tells you how they handle problems. Number 8. Complete and balanced claims without the AFCO statement to back them. The phrase that actually matters is a line stating the food meets AFCO nutrient profiles for your dog's life stage: puppy, adult, or all life stages. If a food makes big health claims, but you can't find that AFCO statement, look closer before trusting it as your dog's only meal. Now the honest part. Most mainstream dog foods will keep a dog alive and reasonably healthy. Pets aren't dropping because of grocery kibble, and price doesn't perfectly track quality. Also, the single most important voice here is your veterinarian, who knows your specific dog's age, breed, weight, and health. Don't switch foods dramatically based on a video, including this one. Use this to read the bag better and to have a smarter conversation at your next vet visit. Big food changes should be gradual and vet-guided. A few quick tells. You want a named animal protein in the first 1 or 2 ingredients: chicken, beef, salmon, or their named meals, not vague meat. You want to see that AFCO complete and balanced statement for the right life stage. And you can skip the artificial dyes entirely. because they do nothing for your dog. Let me teach you the one label trick that separates people who can read dog food from people who can't: the ingredient splitting and water weight game. Ingredients are listed by weight before cooking, and fresh meat is mostly water. So chicken can sit proudly as the first ingredient while contributing less actual nutrition than the dry ingredients stacked below it once all that water cooks off. That's why a named meat-first food can still be grain-heavy in the finished kibble. The related trick is ingredient splitting. A brand can divide grains into ground corn, corn gluten meal, and corn bran, so each appears lower on the list individually, even though corn collectively dominates. So don't just read the first ingredient. Read the first 5 or 6 together and ask what's really making up the bulk. Once you see splitting, you can't unsee it. It's also worth knowing how to read the guaranteed analysis box, since it's on every bag. It lists minimum protein and fat and maximum fiber and moisture. It won't tell you ingredient quality. 2 foods can show the same protein percentage with very different ingredients behind it, but it's useful for comparing within a category and spotting outliers. Pair the guaranteed analysis with the ingredient list and the AFCO statement, and you've got the 3-part read that actually matters. And let me reinforce the most important point one more time, because it's easy to get swept up in label panic. Your veterinarian outranks any video, including this one. Dogs have different needs by age, size, breed, and health condition. A puppy, a senior, and a dog with kidney issues should not eat the same food, and your vet knows your specific animal. Use everything here to read bags more sharply and to ask better questions at your next appointment, not to make a dramatic overnight switch. Any real food change should be gradual, mixed in over a week or so, and ideally run past your vet first. So here are 2 safer picks, in the sense of safer to trust labels, not magic. First, the established brands with strong veterinary backing and rigorous testing, like Purina Pro Plan, Hill's Science Diet, and Royal Canin. These aren't the trendiest bags, and some have fillers, but they invest heavily in feeding trials and quality control, carry clear AFCO statements, and are the brands many vets actually recommend. Safer here means well-tested and consistent, which matters more than a pretty front label. Second, foods with a named meat-first ingredient list, no artificial colors, natural preservatives, and a clear AFCO life stage statement. Whatever brand that turns out to be in your price range. Read for those 4 things, and you'll filter out most of the marketing-heavy options automatically. The specific logo matters less than that the panel checks out. Your rule: named meat first, AFCO statement present, no pointless dyes, and your vet in the loop for any real change. Go flip your dog's food bag over and read me the first ingredient in the comments. Let's see whose chicken dinner actually starts with corn. And give your dog a scratch from me while you're up.